Hello again, Wildcats. Welcome to another edition of the Player Profile presented by Wade Associates. Paul Roper with you, joined by senior offensive lineman Khalil Miller. He's part of the Davidson Moving Company, who's done a terrific job over the last few years, especially in the win against Morehead State over the weekend, in which the Cats had almost 400 yards on the ground. Well, let's start with your journey to Davidson College. You grew up in the Atlanta area, and you now find yourself at Davidson. What was it that initially brought you here?
Initially, it's just I really liked all the coaching staff being locked in. It was a great culture. Looking at the record, it was pretty scary, to say the least. And I'm visiting the game, but it was just the culture of everybody saying, we see how bad it is right now, and we're committed to building this up, and we want you to be a part of that. I don't know who else could pass up on that opportunity.
Well, you've made the most of that opportunity as part of a terrific offensive line that has continued to create some holes, open up some space for the running backs and the slots. How does it feel to be part of that unit that has made this offense work?
It feels great to just be in that role where a coach can trust me and say, we're running the ball 9 times out of 10. It's going to be behind you. You need to do your job for us to be successful, and having that responsibility. And you just got to come out there with the mindset that you're going to get it done every single rep.
As I mentioned, you grew up in Atlanta. Not a Falcons fan, though, so who did you root for?
I've always been a Packers fan since I started football, watching football and stuff. It was the first Super Bowl I ever watched when they went against the Steelers, and everyone was rooting for the Steelers, so I had to root for the Packers, and I've been hooked ever since. Go Pack, go.
Well, that's not a bad team to root for. Maybe you can own some stock in them one day, because I've always enjoyed that they're a shareholder team. Any particular player that you grew up admiring?
Football-wise, it had to be Aaron Rodgers. I just think, in my mind, he's the best quarterback to ever play. Arguably, you could say Tom Brady's the GOAT because of impact and rings, but Aaron Rodgers just towers over him in terms of skill.
Well, Aaron Rodgers, I think I could be on his team and he could still find a way to get me the ball. I could find a way to catch it. Just amazing what he's been able to do in terms of his personnel and building the stats that he has. But going back to what you've done here at Davidson, what have you enjoyed the most about being a Davidson Wildcat?
Biggest thing is just the camaraderie, just being a part of a family. Like football itself, a lot of people don't know, from the outside, they don't realize just how closely knit together a football team is. This is just a second family. Everybody's building each other up. We're building off each other with a common goal. We want to go out there and win, and we all know that we need to all do it together. Everyone has to play their part. Well,
that certainly sounds like a bright future is ahead of you. You've done a terrific job as part of the Davidson Moving Company. Khalil Miller, thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you having me.
That is Khalil Miller. He is one of the offensive linemen who has done a terrific job over the past few years for your Davidson Wildcats. Big weekend once again at Richardson Stadium. We'll have a 1 o'clock kickoff, 12:30 pregame show on the Davidson Sports Network from Learfield as we'll welcome in the D1 debutantes, St. Thomas, the Tommies out of St. Paul, Minnesota, who come in with a 4-1 record in the PFL. Should be a good one. You don't want to miss it. We hope to see you at Richardson Stadium for Take a Kid to the Game Day, which is this Saturday at 1 p.m. My name is Paul Roper. Thank you for joining us for this week's Player Profile presented by Wade Associates. We'll see you next time on DavidsonWildcats.com.